starts a little sooner than I think it will. So we may be already
It says it's now streaming.
okay. We may be already live. Yeah, it starts sooner than I think it does. So hello out there, all of our friends out there in Facebook land. I'm Amy Michelle, and this is my bestie Margo. I've known Margo for decades, and I don't know, I lose track, right? And Margo is spending some time with me here today, and she and I have worked together for decades and known each other, and we have been on this journey of lifelong lifestyle transformation together, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Paralleling. Yeah, we have. So she's here telling her story today because she inspires the socks off of me. And I have to tell you, well, if you don't know me and you're seeing this, or you don't, you, I'm a retired doctor of chiropractic, but I'm licensed in health and wellness and lifestyle transformation. And I actually am certified rather in it. And years ago, 15 years ago, I almost killed my own self trying to save the world. And I had to give up everything to get my own health and life back and learn to really live it instead of short term fix it and just just survive it, right? Everybody has the same problems in life. I found they're all the same problems. They're just different flavors and different degrees of insanity. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you say, Margo?
Yes, absolutely.
So was it chocolate vanilla? Is it a one? Is it a one? Or is it 100 on a 100 scale? But we all have the same issues. And what I found is that I really had to focus in on myself to learn to again live a healthy lifestyle instead of just being in the fix it mode and survival mode all the time. And so I've made it my mission in life to reveal truths that I've learned. Inspire change, empower people, and transform lives, help people transform their own lives. And Margo, that's been my mission and passion forever. We
Yes.
worked together. We worked together in chiropractic when I had my office in Minnesota. Some of you may know her. And now I'm a lifelong lifestyle transformation specialist and for fun. And I love helping people transform their own lives. And I love to provide, like Margo, hope for wholeness. So, and she loves the same thing. We love to help the sick, the struggling, the suffering people. We love to be a beacon of light and hope for them to bring wholeness to them because Margo's gotten whole in her life, as whole as she can. I have gotten mine. So we want to help people to come home to themselves again and feel good in their own skin and feel happy and healthy and whole. Right, Margo?
Yes.
So she and I are on the same mission and passion. We always have been. And so when I met her, just to introduce quickly, she was a Wisconsin cheese and meat eater, no vegetables and fruits in sight, and was what I would say I would label as a bird eater, very very little, and what it was mostly cheese and meat.
Yes.
So unbeknownst to me, she launched on her journey after I left Minnesota to really take on her life. And so tell everybody what happened. How did you end up being in a situation where you were forced, like I say, almost, you had to come to this place of you hit rock bottom and you have to figure out now what do I do, right? And that's like I said, you're at the top of your, well, how did you come to that point? And then what did you do? What did you learn in the process of getting out of rock bottom?
Okay. I think the easiest is if you can sit back and just kind of imagine that back in 2001 when we first met, I had an annual physical that, except for my weight, rendered me relatively healthy with no medications and nothing. But now imagine further about 2 years later when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and
Ah,
told if my daughter had not taken me to the hospital when she did, I'd have been dead in an hour. Pretty eye opening. Yes. Now, looking at that,
that's rock
and that,
bottom.
oh,
That's rock
yeah.
bottom.
Oh, but no, it got worse. Because now, a few years later, after trying to get my diabetes in order, I had a heart attack with a triple bypass. Obviously, weight was still an issue in my life because I had not listened, I had not paid attention the way I should, and I kept thinking I could do it all on my own. And then I had the high blood pressure and the cholesterol and the triglyceride and everything that went through it.
Mhm.
So finally I went, oh boy, I need to do something about this. So I went on every diet imaginable. And
Mhm.
if you think back again, imagine me at 65 years old, then 5'2" tall, weighing 260 pounds.
Oh, I wish I had your picture to put up.
Yeah, well, no, I'm kind of glad you don't because I,
5'2", 260 pounds. Okay.
yeah, right at 5'2". Yeah, I was a little roly poly, you know, and that was me 10 years ago. And living the results of every failed diet, pill, and potion I had tried, and now living in the world of I give up. I give up. Well, at least that was until a twist of fate introduced me to Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health and Optavia. And the concept of another diet and that idea and maintaining my health through it was still out of bounds for me. I was sure that it wasn't going to work. But because of the situation I was in,
Nothing else
I
had
had
worked.
to do
So
it.
why nothing else had worked? So why would
Yeah,
this
so why would
this
it?
big
But
book and
it,
workbook be any different, right?
right, but it had to do with my job.
Uh,
So I went, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try it out.
they had to
And
do it.
I tried it out. And of course, in the very beginning, to my mind, it didn't work. It was like, oh, yeah, okay, so I get this food and it's easy to eat and I'm eating more, yada, yada, yada. But I wasn't losing weight right away. And I thought, okay, this is my proof that this is another one of those gimmick things. What I did notice when I talked to my coach, which I had never had before in every other program, we realized I had more energy. I was sleeping better.
Hmm?
I was clearer when I was working at the computer. I was able to accomplish more. I was more in focus. And I went, if I don't lose a pound, this just gave me so much more than I could have hoped for.
Right.
The good news is that eventually the weight started coming off. And in less than 12 months, I lost 110 pounds and really transformed my life. And so much so that now 10 years later, it's been another 20 pounds. So it's been a total of 130. And I have
I'm
maintained
sorry.
that.
What? 10 years later?
10 years later, I have maintained that.
You've
I didn't put
maintained it.
on, I took more off.
All right, now, hey, just so you know, that is incredible because it's if most people fail at that within 2 years, which is not sustainable lifestyle change. So you really nailed the sustainable lifestyle change. What caused you to do that? What caused you to say, this is it, I'm not going back, and make that fundamental decision to keep it off at all costs? What is that?
Honestly, Dr. Anderson and Optavia giving me the tools.
Uh,
Dr. Anderson gave me the education about I worked with you, I worked in healthcare. I grew up on healthy food. All of this, and it was like, okay, I can do this. And Dr. Anderson tells me I can do it if I just listen to him. The second part of that was Optavia.
because you weren't listening to me.
Yeah, which gave me a product that I could eat, that I could get through, that was easy. Plus, as I said, I had a coach, which I hadn't had before.
You had a coach,
And then
and
I had this community of people, thousands of people around the country that were experiencing similar things, different things, but all about getting healthier and transforming their lives.
better
And
to get.
I could go online to our optimal life group and read the stories, and I could go on and say, hey, I'm having this challenge. What about you? Has anybody heard of this? Amazing what would come back, and you'd go, oh my gosh, I haven't tried that. I didn't think
Oh,
about that. And you've got to know within that 10 years time, when I first went on the program, because of my heart and because of my diabetes, I was taking 11 medications multiple times a day.
What?
I now take 2 pills a day plus my vitamins, my supplements.
11 to
That is
2.
it.
And how
Yep.
old are you? Do you mind sharing?
How what?
How
How?
old are you?
Oh, I'm now 75. So yeah, so it's just
Hey, it
gotten,
just proves any stage, any age, right?
oh yeah, and it seems to keep getting better.
Yeah, awesome.
I remember being told in the beginning that all I had to do was put the work in. It wasn't going to happen for me. I was going to have to make it happen to me.
Hmm.
And fortunately, as I said, I was given the tools to make
But
that happen.
and you made the fundamental decision that you are going to live and you are going to live well because you had a lot to live for. Am I mistaken?
Not at all. You are
Yeah.
right on the money. And
You had a fundamental mission and vision in your life that you needed to be around for. And therefore, alternatively, going backwards and having another heart attack or losing a foot or from diabetes and all of this was not an option, right?
no,
So
not even close.
you
Not
cut off
even
all the
close.
options. And as Dr. Anderson said, and as I said earlier in the week on one of our videos, it's like I made this fundamental decision that I abhor dieting. I am nailing this lifestyle thing at all costs because I abhor losing weight. I abhor, and I almost lost my own life. I'm not going to die of cancer trying to save everyone
Yeah,
else. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lose another organ trying to save everyone else. I got to save myself, right?
yes.
And you come to that fundamental decision at some point that enough is enough, right?
Well, and in the process, what you start to realize is you start seeing other people around you and you start realizing the severity of the issues of obesity in our world today. And you go into a fast food restaurant and you see people just gorging themselves with the burgers and the fries, and it's all delicious in the moment, but you're not thinking about what it's doing to your body.
Mhm.
And cleaning out your system and
Hmm.
getting yourself healthy is not easy. But ironically, what I found, this meat and potato girl, is now I hardly eat any meat. I eat almost all vegetables. I didn't I didn't even know what a Brussels sprout was when I started this diet.
The carnivore
I'm
turned
sorry.
vegetarian.
I started to live it. I was not on a diet. I was on a live it.
That's it. And
And
yes, that's exactly it. And now that things have changed and you're not even thinking about it anymore. It's just in there. You're not even having to try very hard. However, you still keep challenging yourself. So we have the challenge, walking challenge starting Monday. And I know now you're mentoring other people, right?
yeah,
So you're involving your friends and family and you're mentoring others who want to follow you. And now we're all leveling up. We have these challenges that we do as groups to hold each other accountable and focus and encouragement. And you are always there doing the same thing, on at your pace and place, right?
yeah,
Why do
yeah.
you do that? Why do you continue to, quarter after quarter or month after month, just continue to challenge yourself to do more? Why do you do that?
Because I know what it's done for me. And because after working in chiropractic for 27 years and understand prior to that, I worked in the hospitality industry where
Mhm.
my job was to tell people eat the most expensive red meat and drink the best alcohol and party all night long because that's how I made my money in
Ah.
that industry. And then when I started realizing that I was literally killing off my customers by the lifestyle I was setting up for them. And again, getting into chiropractic and realizing how important it is to keep your body healthy.
Yeah.
And I started learning bit by bit. I wasn't good in the first several years, as you know, with the
Yeah.
diet part of it, but I was being active and I was aggressively
Yeah.
going out after people, trying to get them to pay attention to themselves,
Yeah.
to take care of themselves,
Uh,
because it was so important.
And after multiple medical near misses and what I call 9 lives or 13 lives, you have survived.
And you went through many of them with me. You went
And
through
now,
many of them.
yeah,
Yeah, so
you're such an
many.
inspiration at any stage and any age. You can fight for it, and you can always get better. And you are continuing to do that. And now, yep, and then you're going to set yourself up for the walking challenge that you can do. Even if
Yeah,
you can't do what it says on the paper, you have the daily check-in, you have the group, you have the support, the accountability, the education, all the tools and tips and recipes, right? So there's all kinds of fun stuff on the buffet, so to speak. So we encourage you, if you know Margo and you're in front of your mind, encourage you to look and see at the details. The registration link has been on my Facebook book, or if you don't see it, I'll let you know it and let you in on the details. So let Margo or I know if you want to join us, because there's not one person that couldn't
yeah,
level up in one habit or another. And maybe it's not walking. Maybe you can't even walk right now. I tell you what, the best thing you can do is drink all your water in a day for a month, right, Margo?
yeah, yeah.
And
There's
water
always something that you can do
is
more and consistently. I don't even think about what my day is going to be like. I know 10 years later, I'm going to eat 6 meals in a day, one main one, sometimes two,
yeah,
and then a bunch of little ones. But I'm going to be eating every 3 hours to keep
yep,
my metabolism going, my system going and
yep.
working. I don't even think about it. It's just second nature. I
Yes,
don't
it's
think
just
about what I missed or what I'm not eating.
that is exactly the point. Making healthy lifestyles a second nature, meaning you're unconsciously competent. It's second nature. It's no brainer. And
Yeah,
if you are struggling with no brainer and you're still thinking so hard and trying so hard and failing, just fail forward, do something different, join our challenge, let us know you'd like to connect. We would love to help you, because if we don't love ourselves, no one's coming to see.
no, that's
We've
right. And
got to take responsibility for this thing, right? With this gift we've been
it's
given that we live in here, right?
right. And it's simple things like
Yeah.
I can look at a piece of cake now and it's just no thought that, oh, that somebody really decorated that beautifully and that's a pretty cake. And it's a shame that someone's going to eat it because it's really
Yeah.
not going to help them. But
Yeah.
that being said, they have to learn their lessons on their own because
Yeah.
that's the only way that you hold to them.
You're
And
all,
by my turning down that piece of cake, I am adding one more positive element to a healthy day.
power,
And
empower.
it's
Yeah.
not a long journey. It's every day is part of the journey.
One small thing, one baby step at a time, lifelong lifestyle changes, one healthy habit at a time,
Yeah.
consistently, and making it second nature. That is the name of the game. And we want to make sure that, we've all tried every pill, right? All the new pills. Think about this, all the new shots, all the new, potions and lotions and, strategies and all of this. But there is nothing new under the sun. It's eat healthy, move healthy, right? Eat well, move well, think well. But if you've got a crisis intervention, there's maybe some things you gotta to do differently for a while. But the bottom line is there's no substitute, right? There's no pill, potion, lotion, or shot for
No,
a
no.
healthy lifestyle. There just isn't.
And
So
you can't spend your time thinking about, oh, I can't have that anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's not
correct.
true. There is a point. I mean, I will be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's a point where I will have a cheat, where but I know what I have to do to take care of it afterwards. And and most generally when I do it, my first bite is my last bite
Yep.
because what my mind has told me is not what my taste buds and my body is telling me. And
Yeah.
so I take that bite and it's like, whoo, oh my God, there's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of salt, or there's a lot of
You
something in there that I don't need.
Yeah, you've learned to listen
And
to
I'm
your
done.
body. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And it's telling you what to do. Yep. We got to have, our medical and emergency interventions when we need them. But
Same here.
as you know, but we also have to take our own responsibility on the other side of the coin, you know, for making sure that we're doing what we can do outside of medical interventions that we can't do ourselves. So it's a balancing act until you get it yourself. And you've been a brilliant example, Margo. I want to thank you and hug you from the bottom of my heart. I love you, love you. And you're just the best. Thank you for coming on and sharing your story today. And I hope that someone's inspired by what you, at 75, what you've done and how you've done it.
I just want to share one last thing.
Okay.
And that is anybody can do this. The only reason, with all the tools you're given in the program, the only reason it won't work is in your mind, is what's between your ears, is you're
Amen.
telling yourself, oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. If you do what it tells you to do,
Amen.
follow the process, it will work for anybody.
For
It's
life.
not easy, not easy, but it's so worth it in the end.
Oh,
I love being 75, and I love the fact that I'm going to get older.
it's freedom and wholeness all in one. And
Yeah.
you're on 10 years of sustaining live it, and I'm on a 5 year sustaining live it. And there's nothing better than that freedom.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah, being free of the chaos and the self-deprecation and the self-sabotage and all that junk that goes on and is phenomenal. So join us. We'll teach you what we know, and everyone else along the way. We'll keep learning and growing together. And yeah, check out what we've got going on, and look forward to hear from you personally and privately. Please, please, please leave comments if you learned anything, if you were inspired by anything. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And our hearts are out on our sleeves right now. We're doing this because we care, and we want to share that there's hope and a light at the end of the tunnel, right, Margo?
Absolutely.
So we hear you, we feel you, we've been you. So don't keep doing things in the dark. Let's live in the light, right? So I look forward to talking to you this week and seeing how you do in the challenge this week, Margo. And Wellbeing Wednesday, noon Central.
You got it.
Welcome. I'll see you then.
Okay, take
All right,
care.
take care. Bye-bye.